Greetings everyone, and welcome to my shadowy garden. In today's video, we will be counting down the very best Digimon with the dark attribute in the Cyber Sleuth games. For this list, the Digimon that we considered were ranked based on their overall strength and viability for competitive play. This video is part of a series of top 10 lists which overviews the best competitive Digimon for Cyber Sleuth. To be clear, we are ranking Digimon based on the rebalancing of the roster for Hacker's Memory for the PS4, which carried over to the Complete Edition for the Switch and the PC. And with that out of the way, let's get started. Number 10. Bardamon. We are starting off our countdown with one of the 7 deadly demon lords. Bardamon bears the distinction of having the absolute highest intelligence stat of the game, a feat that is shared by only one other Digimon, and we'll get to that later. Bardamon has a similarly high SP stat as well, making him one of the game's most impressive magically inclined Digimon. His support skill, Greed, also improves the restorative effects of both HP and SP absorption skills, which means he provides great synergistic value for his team. He won't go down so easily with his self-healing signature skill either. Number 9. Belfamon, Sleep Mode. Now, who says slacking off is such a bad thing? Belfamon is yet another demon lord who can provide highly valuable magical support. Belfamon is one of only a handful of Digimon with an area of effect piercing skill, which also happens to have a 50% chance of putting enemies to sleep. This allows Belfamon's Eternal Nightmare to check for potential Master Barriers and Memetan replica users. And perhaps fittingly, his support skill, Sleuth, also protects your team from opposing sleep-inducing effects. Belfamon is like a dream come true for you, but nightmare fuel for your enemy. Number 8. Dorogoromon. Dorogoromon is a memory-efficient data-type physical attacker, and is an existential threat to the ever-so-common light attribute vaccine Digimon. While it isn't the only mega-level data type to favor physical damage, its access to an extremely powerful dark attribute signature skill gives it a very specific but important niche in the competitive metagame. Its individual traits are also rather impressive, boasting high attack power and a support skill that boosts your team's critical hit rate. Dorogoromon's ability to prey upon vaccine types is rivaled by very few data Digimon. Number 7. Grandrachman. It's the king of vampires himself, and Grandrachman brings with him his versatile qualities to help out your team. He's got well-rounded stats, and while he has a naturally higher attack stat, he actually prefers to make use of his intelligence stat. Crystal Revolution is a team-wide magical attack that can also heal himself, and Eye of Gorgon is an incredible panic-inducing skill with 100% accuracy and a defense debuff. And true to his vampiric nature, his support skill, Vampire King, improves the restorative effects of HP absorption skills and the damage of dark skills. Number 6. Lilithmon. Behold, the Queen of the Deadly Sins has entered the arena. Lilithmon is one of the most powerful magical forces in the entire game. Not only does she have Phantom Pain, which is one of the most powerful piercing skills in the game, Lilithmon also happens to have the highest SP growth too, allowing her to use costly skills repeatedly in relative comfort. And despite her low HP and defense, her fantastic support skill, Lust, reduces damage done by physical attacks, then converts 10% of that value into SP. Lilithmon's brand of SP management is unique and desirable, so why not give her a try? Number 5. Tauman. As far as cost-effective choices go, Tauman just might be the absolute best choice the game has to offer. At only 12 memory and with 3 equipment slots, Tauman's ability to fit so easily in a team while still providing high value is a niche that very few others can even dream of contesting. And as a data type with access to a dark attribute signature skill, Tauman can even threaten common light attribute vaccine types. Sometimes a Digimon can provide a team with incredible support, and Tauman proves that there's no need to be flashy to be of great service. Number 4. Cherubimon, Vice. Cherubimon, also known as Crumbling, has all the desirable qualities that can make a dark virus Digimon work in all the right ways. He has a standard 20 memory cost, but is also gifted with 3 equipment slots, a useful support skill with Evil Heart, and big numbers on his magically inclined stats. On top of that, he's got an electric piercing skill, which very few Digimon are prepared for. So, we have ourselves an impressive magical attacker who can also help stabilize your team's SP consumption. Without a doubt, Cherubimon is one of the best magical forces the game has to offer. Number 3. Armageddon. Named after the biblical end of times, Armageddon truly embodies destruction that neither discriminates nor compromises. Typically, a free-type Digimon may struggle to pose as an aggressive threat since they lack the privilege of super effective damage, but not this monstrosity. Armageddon has access to 2 incredibly powerful signature skills, both capable of immense damage. It has a relatively situational support skill, which increases damage output against Royal Knights, which can come up sometimes. Regardless, Armageddon is a major threat you can't ignore. Number 2. Omnimon Svart. While he may seem like the edgier twin of the ever-popular Omnimon, Omnimon Svart is actually the one to present a more defensive contribution to a team comp. In contrast to Omnimon's Holy Knight, Zvart's support skill, Obsidian Knight, will boost your team's defense and powers up Dark and Water skills. Furthermore, Svart tends to prefer making use of his intelligence stat to make use of his powerful water-piercing skill, Supreme Cannon. Of course, he can also be trained to be a solid physical attacker with Transcendent Sword. Omnimon Svart is a fantastic stabilizing force for any team. Before we get to our number 1 pick, here are a few honorable mentions. Number 1. Lilithmon Shadow Mode. Was there ever any doubt? Now, he may be tied with Bardamon for the highest intelligence stat in the entire game, but unlike Bardamon, Lilithmon Shadow Mode is actually capable of outputting catastrophic amounts of damage that reflects this magical might. Divine Atonement is arguably the most devastating magical attack in the game, so it consequently drastically lowers Lilithmon's intelligence and has a tremendous cooldown that pushes him so far down the turn order. But none of these are too difficult to work around. On top of all this, his support skill, Gehenna, provides such a unique form of damage control with literally no downsides. Lilithmon's overwhelming presence is really nothing short of meta-defining, and it's not hard to see why. We have made it to the end of the video. I would like to take this time to say a special thanks to fellow content creator Commander Spubington, who helped me capture gameplay footage for this video. Please check out his channel. A link will be provided in the description below. Speaking of which, this video wouldn't be possible without the collective knowledge of the Cyber Sleuth community. Special thanks to Matt for his enthusiasm and valuable input in the discussion. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe to my channel for more content. Thank you so much for watching, and train hard, Tamers.